Soviets and Soviets of the Red Army, how y'all doing? This is Connell Work.
And I'm Ringru. Hello, hello, hello.
And guys, we're giving you a map full of Krupa Troopas, or at least we're on the map of Krupa anyway. We're going through a nice little 1v1 submitted by a very, very nice user out there, Coltrane. Now, Rang, who is Coltrane playing against, and what does he bring into this fight?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Gonzo playing as Rindound, Vanguard Income. And on the right-hand side, we have the Coltrane, a 29th Tank Corps with Vanguard Income. So two pretty heavy armor divisions gonna be going at it.
Indeed, and actually looks like to the south we are going to see a bit of an end run over here coming out from the Vindhound. But by the same token, the Soviets are looking to work their right strength too. So you know what? I feel like we have one of those ancient battles where both phalanxes crash and half takes one side and half takes the other, and they get a real good fight going on here.
Yeah, like every single Total War battle.
Exactly, exactly. until Warhammer and Three Kingdoms, at which point you just use spell damage.
Yep.
But hey.
Yep.
But hey.
Yep.
But 1/16th against the 29th. We've seen the 1/16th be quite tasty on the Eastern Front. Is that going to continue with the 29th, or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, both sides have heavy tanks that can fight each other rather effectively. You got Panther Gs with AP Shiars, and then you got IS-2s with, their big FU cannon from long range. So it's going to be rather interesting. Also, both divisions being rather, getting that A-phase income out. So it'd be very interesting to see how it plays out.
Now, one thing you were saying to me before we were talking about the map is that Krupa over here is a very choke-pointy map, but you said that comes with a caveat.
Yeah, it's a lot of bridges, and a lot of fighting happens over bridges, which is pretty bad. But there's a lot of areas where you can move infantry across the river and get a foothold with VM instead. But it's probably a pretty smart move for both players trying to rush across the bridge and try to get a foothold.
Certainly seems to be the way about it. We are going to see some 82mm mortars already engaging the northern. Okay, the northern approach.
Yeah.
Great call. I think that drops smoke. Yeah, I think they're popping smoke there.
Yes, they are.
Also worth mentioning, folks. I'm sorry for some reason this replay is slightly bugged. We have some line of sight issues in terms of the VPs. But we've been through this before. Just hang tough. We'll get there.
Yep. I really like how Coltrane decided to get Sapari PPSHs out as you bring them up in the Jeeps, and they got to the point immediately and getting that pretty bang-on foothold that you really need to get on this sort of map.
Actually, you know what I like even more, other than SU-57 getting smashed here? I like this early combat being called into the north. I actually really do like that, with the leader already called in.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a risky maneuver bringing your commander so close, but the extra veterancy is definitely going to go quite the mile, and it's got leader nearby for the... Yeah, that's fantastic play.
Now, contrasting with the German approach, I'm sorry to cut you off, but contrasting with the German approach down south, it is happening. It's a little bit more staid in its kind of, tempo, but it is happening.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately for him, Coltrane has spent a lot of money up north. I mean, getting the combats out with the mortars is definitely a very expensive push, so that one strokey is not going to be enough to hold. He's getting some stealthy brothers as well as an S-35 to help secure the southern area, but Gonzo himself is going to be getting a foothold across the bridge. So, yeah, like you said, it's probably going to be like the phalanx analogy.
Now, I found it interesting. We have a super early Opal Blitz coming in here, and I don't know why he's sped on in. There's nothing really to justify that, I think.
Yeah, that is definitely peculiar. There's no artillery, no nothing. Maybe he's just really cautious about fixing any damaged criticals on any of his vehicles.
That would make sense. Now, he has to be a little bit concerned over here. Gonzo, of course, is one of the meme machines of SD fame. No, I am a little bit concerned here, because if this attack bogs down, he's completely screwed.
Down south?
Yes.
Yeah, and he needs to try to get into that town and hold it. And that's once you get into there, you're pretty good. It's going to be tough for Rintown, as you don't have a lot of infantry for Rintown, and also a lot of AAOs are two bigger weaknesses of the division. And Coltrane already has some Saparis in there, and they're going to be pretty tough for the Panda Grenadiers and Stern Pioneers to deal with.
Yeah, the one small mercy for him is that there's only two PPSHs and then one of those DP machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
Good DP machine guns, excellent code too. Not here.
We also do have SVTs on the Saparis, which is also
True.
the big thing.
True. Now, one thing. Wow, it's already 15-9. I was actually going to say we're going to have a bit more of a push up north, but we're beyond a little bit of a push. It's 15-9 already. That German heartland's being devastated here.
Yeah, that's just a fantastic rush that Coltrane has managed to bring out, and yeah, he's managed to grab a lot of territory. And he's bringing reinforcements, getting some AA. Gonzo is also rushing in the Panzer Force to try to help out and stem this tide. But Coltrane has a pretty good defensive position. Maybe if you bring out some late AT guns, that could help secure things a little bit better. But also just lovely, lovely use of smoke. This is sexy. I love seeing good smoke play.
I definitely
and also
agree with you.
high explosives.
Well, I mean, while we contrast that with the German approach down south, and shockingly enough, this is like we're gonna shove this armored vehicle, spear point down your throat, and that's the last thing you're gonna taste. But with that, well, wow, we have one PTRS coming in, another Su-85 from the north, and I think this push is going to be completely devastated.
Yeah, having that S-35 on the hill, especially in the Lake Forest, has definitely helped shut down Gonzo's purses. He's been a little bit timid moving up his tanks, and rightfully
even juicier. Checking the northwest by the bridge.
Yeah. S-35?
Engine destroyed.
That was a great maneuver in there from Co. He's just kind of shut down that bridge now. Oh,
but the shooter killed? Oh, man. I was riding the coal train for a second, but I didn't pay for a ticket. Wow.
Wow, that Panzer III is not fucking around, and well, he's now a bunker.
Yes, but you know what? You know what he's also doing? He's not really allowing the easy resupply either. That's slowing things down just ever so slightly.
Yep. Kind of an. No, but thank God he has a supply truck for exactly that reason. So Panzer III is going to get repaired, and he can get his off the bridge.
A couple of dozers here, yeah, not really the greatest idea, but Strelky coming in, that's a good play. Especially for the Russian-style tank defense, that's the way to be.
Yeah, Cole really has the infantry advantage over Rintown. He can just spam much more of them compared to Rintown's few Pioneers and Panzer Grenadiers, and Gonzo bringing in some Stern Piles now, so that might be enough, but his tanks down south are just getting sniped from downtown by a T-34-85 now. And oh, here comes a Zukuk. He's not going to mess around. He is really not going to mess around.
No, he's not.
God damn, it's like an A10, I swear.
Yeah, well, it certainly feels that way, doesn't it?
Yep, 420 mils and 250 cows in the front. Oh, also an extra like 650 cows in the front, I believe, actually. So yeah, it really doesn't mess around.
No, that is business and party in the front.
Yeah, not much going on in the back, only 150 cow, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't need all the junk in the trunk. Now, I do like seeing this kind of very combined arm approach into this town. Yes, the Germans are taking losses in terms of criticals on their tanks, their infantry is getting pinned down. But again, we have Flammenwerfers to kind of, suppress, that we have a nice push forward with HE. I mean, we have a ton of stuff going on here.
Yeah, I mean, just zooming in on that town fight, it is just absolutely bedlam. I mean, once again, this game looks great. It looks goddamn great. But the Gonzo is being stopped a little bit. His Strokey are just proven to be a little bit too much of a pain in the arse, and the T-34 on the hill, and now the S-35 coming in. Just slowing down Gonzo just a bit. And
worse yet, T3 is going to get AT grenade softball. Transmission destroyed.
Oh.
That's big though.
Yeah, that was a good AT grenade there from Cole. Very good AT nade.
Now, it's worth noting the S-35 did go down. Thank you to that. One of the S-35s went down, courtesy of the Jagdpanzer IV.
And Coates is bringing in support guns down south now as well, some 76 mils HE, so that is definitely an interesting play. Not going to help much against the tanks, but the infantry for sure.
Now, checking back into the north, the breakout has been contained, courtesy of some more tank spam here from Gonzo. But I don't know. Do you think that's going to be enough or not quite?
You really do need the infantry up north to help clear things out. I mean, he does have the tanks there, which can pretty much kill everything, but he can't really see anything. I mean, right now his Panzer IV in the the Panzer IV-J has just been sniped by the PTRS, and he can't do anything, as he can't see it at the moment until his Panzer Grenadier moves up.
Very, very true. Oh, actually, you know what? I like this. We had an LA5FN. He's just laughing as he comes in and just destroys that supply truck.
I know, that was a good strafing run. For sure. Gonzo does have a Messerschmitt of his own out in the field, and that's going to scare off the LA5 for a little bit. Are they going to go into a run-and-run air duel? I don't think so.
He's already got a kill.
Oh, yeah. The Messerschmitt?
No, the Laughing.
Oh, yeah, the Blitz.
He picked up another ME-109.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, they're going at it, but there's 2 ME-109s.
And there's no chuckles about this one, unless we get that 37mm to drop it right now.
Yep, and I think LA5 is faster than the Messerschmitt, if I recall.
Easy way to check.
Just by Trunny. Just by Trunny. So he's going to bait him over the AA. Fantastic play. But, oh, that turn's going to... No, he out-turns a Messerschmitt and managed to get a second LA5. And this could be a very decisive air victory here for Coltrane.
He's just waiting for that stress, man.
Yep, that's a smart play.
There's no R&R going on here. Wow. One's falling back, one's smoking.
Yep.
Well, Ryan, PSA out there, you know that smoking can kill you.
I know, right? Especially when you're plane smoking. If you ever get on a plane and smoke's coming out the engine, you should be concerned.
Yes.
And, yeah. Those German pilots are probably very concerned at the moment why their planes got shot down.
I am checking back to the north again. Yes, we have a bit of superiors. The early superiors are finally getting picked off, but they held the ground exactly what they needed to.
Yeah. Down south is things not looking good here for Coltrane at all. Gonzo's completely broken through, and now he got the Recon 234-3 or bracket, /3 moving up. Oh, there's 2 AT guns being brought in from Coltrane, and they can probably just unload in the road and kill the 234, but
they refuse to. They need to get to their position, otherwise Comrade Stalin will be very angry with them.
I think he just doesn't notice this, and if he loses both these to his 234, that would be rather sad. No, he unloads, or gets forced to unload in the nick of time, and the AT gun is probably going to kill him.
Transmission damaged, of course.
Yeah.
With a Studebaker. Okay, if I am that 234, I don't care if I die. I'm shooting that Studebaker. The SU-85 comes back online, I'm screwed.
Yeah. Oh, load of Killjoy and Spaulding. Yeah, that 234 is gonna be getting out. Maybe getting out. I'm actually surprised as this 2 hasn't killed him. Wow, what the hell? What the hell is this 2? You're just getting criticals. It's rather...
It's more of constructive criticism. I don't think critical is really the nice way to call it. It's constructive criticism. I do like the fact that to the northern side we have this T-34-85 like a samurai on this bridge. Like Gandalf up here.
Holding it against the German horde. Yeah, the T-34 is definitely going to be rather important.
Especially that one for that matter too. That upgun that he's got, he can kill anything on the field.
Yeah. Those Panzer IV-Js don't have much of a chance. I'm actually rather surprised, considering both of them are playing A-phase of their divisions. We haven't seen a single A-phase Panther or single A-phase IS-2. Both sides probably reserving them later for B-phase, or maybe just going for a medium tank strat.
How do you think about medium tank strat with this matchup? Do you think it works or no?
I think for both divisions you really want to be using those heavy tanks that you get. Heavy tanks are very good in SC2 as they really help out in open ground engagements. Up north and in the middle, maybe not so much, as it's a little bit more, close range. But down south for sure, those IS2s and Panther. Oh, we actually see Panther down south now, but those are definitely good calls in the southern area.
Also, we have the Mibble wagons, which are probably some of the most hideous material in the world.
The Germans just put guns on top of anything. I swear. Doesn't matter what.
Well, it's like, oh, okay, we have a box. What do we need to put in there? Put a couple of cannons, we'll be fine.
Yep. We don't need these Panzer IVs anymore. We put 40 mil on top.
Okay, first IS-2 Combroti is coming out to the north, so that is going to be the beginning. That's where the main thrust is coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that IS-2 is definitely going to be provide good infantry support. Definitely a little bit risky up north as, you know, close range, all of that stuff, but we'll see how it goes. We've got a bunch of infantry being brought from Cochrane as well as the mortars, just dropping in fire all over the place. Once again, Cochrane should have the infantry advantage in terms of attrition, so longer the game goes out, it really goes to him for the infantry.
Oh, I like this. We have a DP moving into that
Yep.
low building.
Yeah. Strokey DP are seriously some of the best infantry in game, I'd say.
If you get a little bit further forward, you get a guaranteed kill, though.
Yeah. Oh, shooting knocked out, that's pretty good.
Transmission damage on the half
Yep.
track. All right.
Yep.
Well, I'd say to take out these two vehicles with that P4 to the left coming back into the fight, they're in pretty good stead.
Yeah. Yeah. Anti-tank rifles just keep on firing.
Yeah, he's trying to get around to the side there. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it.
Oh, here comes the mortars. Oh, he's hit his own troops with his own mortars. That's unfortunate timing for him.
Very unfortunate.
Forces his own surrender. What a shame. But the Panzer IV, you know, fortunately for him, anti-tank rifles are a little bit out of date this time in terms of trying to penetrate medium tank frontally. So he's going to take those shots like a champ.
Certainly is. Now checking back down to the south, one gun's gone, the other one is still in play. And the Germans very confidently hold that town.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty easy position for the M to hold, as it's open ground between him and the enemy. But it's also going to be rather hard for him to push. He can't really push up the hill, as that's an uphill battle, and he can't really push up north from the town, as the position from the hill can just shut off that road. So,
Warthog strike to the north.
oh,
Once he's a P4J,
yeah.
he's stepping into the attack run.
Goes in for the strafe. I mean, who needs an A10 Warthog when you got an A20 Zhukov?
Well, the really cool thing about that is the ventral cannons. Again, that's on the belly of the cannon going. It's so cool. I'm imagining like the Memphis Belle going into an attack run.
Yeah, that's just a ridiculous amount of machine guns. That's more than, I think that's more DAC than the B-26 Marauder had in ST-44 because you got 420 mils and 650 cals, which is. I wouldn't want to mess with that. Oh, look, it's 234 down south. He got up the hill again, and he's in a lovely position.
He took the SUD-5?
Yeah, he took out everything. He's bloody killing it. It's just completely open to... There's this two's down in the forest. This is the time for Gonzo to try to move up and get onto that hill.
What we can't say for sure is that up north, though, there's nothing that's going to be able to block this incoming Combroti unless they hit it from the side.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's not going to happen. And with the Soviets, I think the Soviets have cracked the front line.
Yeah. The breaking through the Streliki. Oh, yeah, getting shot down just a bit. But once again, I'm loving his use of smoke. He's pretty much completely blinded at Jagdpanzer. He's going to be pretty useless. And had Cochrane going for that, like a breakthrough, like you said.
We just acknowledge that this actually, I'm very pleased to get this replay in. This was already, this is aggressive, in-your-face SD like it should be.
Yeah. And, I'm really surprised too, because this is a pretty choke pointy map, and both sides are managing to maneuver around it rather well. Like I said before, you got, you know, one side rests up north, the other side rests down south, and they're trying to hold on to their respective bridgeheads.
Now, it is worth noting there's that Jagdpanzer is slowly picking up some kill counts and assisting that P4 and getting kills over here on that northern breakout.
Yeah.
And the IS-2, he only has 7 AP shells, the biggest drawback of that particular model in-game.
Yeah, you really do have to make him count, but, you know, when you hit something of a 122mm cannon, it usually dies, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty good.
Yes, when hit.
Yeah, only has 30% accuracy, to be fair. Which is pretty pathetic. I think even T-3485 has better accuracy in that.
Well, what I can tell you, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I can tell you there's another IS-2 coming down south, and I think, yep, the A-20 is coming in for another gun run. Mobile Vikings will chase it away eventually, but this is just a breakout prevention right here.
Yeah. yeah. I understand why Gonzo isn't rushing everything up, because it could be a hidden AT gun somewhere and he doesn't want to lose all his tanks down south, but with, God view vision of the cast, this is such a shame seeing this breakout, opportunity just being squandered here.
But at the same time, too, you have to realize that air power for the Soviets, all Gonzo can do right now, unless he's invested in more cards, which is very unlikely with Vintown, is he's lost a good chunk of his air power already.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And he's investing more in mobile wagons, which is a good call. Definitely, for sure. But yeah, the Soviet air power is pretty scary.
Only thing really containing this breakout to the north is the use of the mortar half-tracks from the German side.
Yeah, yeah. Mortar half tracks are lovely. Or always lovely to use.
Fortunately, some more Soviet infantry gets taken out by that hidden Yankpanzer.
Mm-hmm. Sneaky, sneaky Yankpanzer. Yeah, things are starting to like grind up a little bit. Yeah, we are seeing Gonzo actually bringing in some Panzer IIIs, like more towards the middle area. He's actually positioning them in a rather weird spot. He's just using them to hold. Oh, actually, press shift keys, yeah, but yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do with those Panzer IIIs in the middle.
Maybe this is to support that infantry rush you were talking about, moving across the river right now. The two Panzer are going to use.
Maybe, yeah.
It's not going to be much, but if you can penetrate the center, you can hook up with the Pioneers he's got sliding in behind the Russian position.
I love that Pioneer move. That's really quite good. Breakthrough gameplay. Yeah, maybe Gonzo's gonna try to do that like two-prong attack into the center from the south and from the rest.
Well, with the half-tracks there, he does have a little bit of an extra bit of firepower.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Those half tracks definitely going to be around for useful in that spot. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this is going to evolve from now. I think push and center would definitely be a best bet for both. Well, probably more for Gonzo to push through, because Gonzo has really good defenses. It'd probably be hard for Kotrain to break through that area. While Kotrain has a a few Streliki, 37 mil, and an 80 rifle squad in the center, which isn't a lot in terms of weaponry.
No, sir. Now, unfortunately, one thing I do not like about the German position, despite this really, really nifty, we're going to go, backdoor it, is that there's no vehicles to kind of hold that line. You can see it already, that territory is falling away.
Yeah. Once again, I mean, he moved up the path for a bit, which is good, but he really needs to get some tanks and try to hit that middle area from the south.
Yes.
Probably his best bet. He is actually crossing the river and using his Panzer IIIs for fire support, like you said. And
hey, how about that?
There you go. There you go, Khan. PTRS has proven to be a rather tough customer, but it does finally go down.
Yeah, he does die, but the Strelki over here, it's going to be really difficult for the tanks to get too good in terms of the fire support. Yeah, actually, even for that southeastern version of it, he can't see a whole lot.
No, he can't. We've got Sukhov coming again, just completely delete the half track out of existence and run Godot strafe and run.
I want to call this out real quick. We have a Pack 40 up north, and he's pounding on the Kamroti. Incendiary, the gun's jammed, the driver's knocked out, and finally it does go down.
Yeah. That is the danger of using heavy tanks up north. It's very close quarters. Even AT guns, such as the Pack 40, can penetrate your thick hide.
And the Soviets are chased away ever so slightly by a couple of MU-109s. I understand why, but at the same time, I almost feel like you just call more Laffins, you should be pretty well set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those LAFs are definitely really good planes in general. A lot of the LA5s, the LA7s. Very fast, very nimble. Not the most offensive armament, of course, but they're speedy machines.
Yes, they are. Now, but come on, we have seen plenty of airplanes that weren't really that good. May I remind you of the ground attack, the Focke-Wulf from SD, with this single 20 mil cannon?
Oh, the recon run?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just two machine guns. Yeah.
The GO version, yes.
Oh, the Messerschmitt, go!
Yes.
Yes. The really cheap one, the very early Messerschmitt model. Not very early, but one without the gun podge.
Saying, man,
Yeah.
even the smallest of us
Yeah.
can achieve something great.
Yeah, even that Messerschmitt G6 is the same armament as the Go. Only 120mm and two machine guns. But hey,
Well,
I guess an arrow, just one good hit.
they do that because they're a G6. That's why they're fly like a G6. The Zhukok, whatever. Chuk. I'm surprised the mobile bikers actually still have ammo to shoot, but then I take a look at them and I realize they have, holy mother of God, they have a ton of ammunition.
Yeah. Not just 37mm HE shells, but 37mm bullets as well. If you open up the infant stat card, you'll
Oh,
understand.
heavens to Betsy, how did I miss that?
I know. They
I like
got
how
the bullets.
I like the HE shells do technically more damage.
Yeah. I still find it funny how I still have the bullet bug, because really it's just HE shells. I don't really get why it's a bug. I think it's because technically the 37mm is actually two weapons. When it shoots an anti-aircraft gun, it uses one weapon, and then when it shoots an airplane, it uses one weapon. When it shoots a ground target, it uses a different weapon, mechanically speaking, in terms of game engine code. And I think that's just a residual of that. I have no bloody idea actually. I'm just speaking nonsense.
Hey, you know what, man? The sound's got to come from somewhere.
That's my game theory on the matter.
All I know is Prisoner's Dilemma always defect.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna take this moment just as both sides tend to marshal their forces over here. I want to say again, we really want to appreciate when you guys send us these replays. If you have one you want us to check out, either hit me up on Discord or Rang's got his own Discord. I have mine, but mine's barely used. I'll admit it. But DM one of us. We're happy to take a look at it, and we always love seeing more interaction from you guys out there in the community. So,
Yeah. Give us your replays, god damn it.
exactly.
We want him. We want
Exactly.
him.
Oh, we'll have you up on charges of dereliction of duty.
Yes. Exactly. We'll find some court. Yeah, we'll prosecute you.
ICJ. Now, IS-2... Oh, okay. So IS-2 1943. Not the Cambrotti, obviously, but doing pretty okay. I'm actually a little surprised that the IS-2 Cambrotti down to the southern tip is not being aggressive at all.
Yeah, I'm really quite surprised. Co-Trains is pretty happy in just holding that area of the hill. I mean, it's a good spot for the IS-2. Anything that comes over the hill is gonna meet a rather nasty fate of 122mm shell to the face. But I'm really quite surprised Co-Train's not trying to retake his southern area at all. And same with Gonzo. He's barely moved his units here. He's just holding. Both sides are really focused on his northern flank as where all the micros going.
There are 5 mortars firing there. I saw little shells streaking from all over the place, and I was like, there's an awful lot of firepower being levied.
Yeah, Co-Train's been using his artillery to great effect so far, Smarts. And it's just the, small mortars, not using, any heavy artillery guns or 120 mils. Just, 82 mils are sometimes all you really need.
Exactly. Also worth noting, the Soviets did end up dropping from that little compound in the center part of the map. So the Germans have pushed the river.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. And ME-109s are all over those Laffins. One's going to go down for sure.
Those mobile wagons, can they do it? They better do it.
Well, ME-109s might get a deflection shot here.
I don't know, LA is pretty fast.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
There we go.
Yeah. Thank you, game.
I was just about to say, is he going to make it out alive?
Yeah. Or, did he have like a uranium bathtub? Protect him? That's the thing that the A-10 has that makes it pretty bulletproof for the pilot, if anyone.
The Iranian bathtub?
Uranium?
I heard Iranian. I was really confused. I was like, no, it's a Los Alamos refrigerator.
An Iranian. Yeah, but I bet you I have some pretty damn good bathtubs in Iran. Like sure. I can like some real lovely. Like I got good Persian rugs for sure, but they probably have a real good Persian bathtub for your Persian rug.
Now when you say rugs, you say Persian rugs. We're talking about the carpet, right? Not the wigs.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the carpet for sure.
I was making sure, man. Just making sure. Now we are going to have an attempt of Gonzo over here to kind of put some more infantry back into this meat grinder that's developed around this northern bridge. It is almost amusing to me to realize that without a town, actually, we had a town in the center part, but there's been no real fighting about that. We have this damn bridge up north.
I know, it's all the focus, all the attention is coming up north, and it has evened out to Trove. Both sides are pretty close in terms of points still. But yeah, it's getting pretty bloody up north. I'm thinking it's kind of tough for Gonzo to push because Coltrane has all this artillery, and it's kind of hard for Coltrane to push as Gonzo has all these tanks in, covering all the areas.
Well, if it were me, I would say look someplace else, because right now this might be a bridge too far for you, Gonzo.
Yeah, it's definitely going to cost him a lot of manpower to try to secure the bridgehead, and then the real question is, will he try to push past the bridgehead onto the other side? Because this late in the match, that's going to be a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yeah, he has to use a lot of smoke probably to try to get across that bridge, and even then, if I was Coltrane, he just put a bunch of Streliki and the buildings on the other side, and that'll shut anything down.
Well, and while some of these Russian squads do not have, F-all to send over for, firepower. One Strelki, for example, he just has over 200 rounds of SVT and DP light machine gun ammo.
Yeah.
And he's completely out of ammunition.
Yeah.
And I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he can't go and pick up rifle from the fallen.
you can't scavenge weapons, unfortunately. It's not Company of Heroes 2. Right? That'd actually be pretty funny if you could, we said it a few times, like capture enemy tanks that are bailed out. It wouldn't be realistic in the slightest, but it'd be pretty satisfying to capture an enemy King Tiger and then use it to blow up other King Tigers.
IS-2 Comroti, IS-2 in 1943, excuse me. The center part of the field, I think he's been almost blown to pieces by this Panzerbücher.
Yeah.
He's been there since the beginning part of the game. That's impressive as all get out.
I know. I don't think he's gonna probably kill the IS-2, but he's definitely gonna, keep him stressed out for now.
At least until the mortars come.
Yep. And the mortars do not mess about.
This is awful, by the way. When you're ever on the receiving end of this, it is absolutely terrible.
Like,
when you're on the sending part of it, it's absolutely wonderful, but until then.
It's very satisfying to see when explosions come in. And that was really satisfying to watch.
It was.
All the angles.
The most impressive part of that was when the shells hit the water, they didn't actually explode in fire. I know it sounds ridiculous.
I know. That's pretty good water explosions I have, even though you don't see it water often. 10 out of 10 water explosions.
The care in this game. One mobile wagon might be taken out by long-range shots here.
Oh, yeah.
He's not even moving at all. And honestly, I kind of feel like you take out the mobile wagons, I mean, forget the cheerleader. Save the airplane, save the world. I
know, and with Rintown, you really can't be affording to lose that anti-air, because you don't really get a lot of it. I have a feeling Gonzo actually invested quite a bit in anti-air cards. So it's definitely going to hurt him in terms of other aspects of your division, as a rather expensive activation point rise, but he's still doing pretty good. And both sides are still kicking it pretty strong, even though he had Vanguard income. We're still seeing lots of tanks and infantry being brought out. It's not really going all that attritional yet.
I think it's one of those quiet attritional things. There's I'm trying to think if there's a term in the military where it's like the line at which point all forces start to really fall apart. It's like the last critical damage level kind of thing.
I'm gonna go with that, yes.
You hit it and suddenly a ton of stuff just starts dying all at once. Like you see to the north, we have, 2-man squad, 4-man squad. Yeah, we have a couple of, much more hefty squads, but there'll come a time when you'll drop like 3, 4, 5 infantry squads really, really quickly. Like we're starting to hit that every now and again, especially when these mortars come online.
Yeah, but those mortars are definitely hurting quite a bit. Gonzo's doing decent with his mortars, but he just doesn't have the numbers. So at the same time, he does have the option to get him with corrected shot, because they do have those lovely German radios.
Yes, indeed they do.
Yup, and I'm thinking in terms of the Gonzo actually bringing out a Panzerwerfer. That's going to be pretty game-changing, I think.
A-20 moving in. Is he stepping in the attack front on the actual mobile wagon? No.
No.
Get nothing accomplished here.
You gonna get out?
Good.
Oh, he's smoking.
Oh!
Oh!
The hero of 1,000 strafing runs goes down.
There we go. Finally, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for Gonzo. Knocking out Zukovs is very important.
Now, I do want to make a quick call back down to the south here. We do have this, like, this German Kampfgruppe, this impromptu Kampfgruppe, kind of hunkered down on the slopes of this hill. I didn't like the fact that this IS-2 was just kind of chilling here, but I kind of like this position a lot more. Whenever the Germans come up, they see them right down the slope.
Yep, and also you got the Streliki DP in the forest, and they can get some lovely close-range shots of the PTRDs.
By the way, one H-20 goes down. It's like the head of a Hydra, though. You kill one, another one shows up.
But Gonzo's prepared.
Wow.
That's so cool seeing all the flak. It always makes me happy to see the flak attack.
Well, especially the flak building, the quad flak buildings. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Track's broken. Strelki moving on in. Is he going to kill the Panther 3? Nope. That's going to go over to the IS-2, not T-3476. It's not the Soviets' turn to cross the river.
Things have evened out once again. Oh no, Gonzo got the flag. 13. Oh no, Coltrane got the flag. My bad. Gonzo's now to run, bleeding. No, it's back to
It's that T intersection right there.
Oh, it just goes back and forth. It flips and it flops.
There's a ton of smoke to the north, and this P3's gonna be like, I'm on the wrong side of this smoke.
Oh no! I thought I was back in North Africa. Yeah, those T-34s. I mean, especially our 3-star T-34Gs. You do not want to be crossing his path.
All you have to do is rub your tracks together and think, there's no place like Rome. There's no place like Rome.
Yep. Oh, Pamphilio. He's in a pretty good spot. Whoa.
Looking for the 42 mil. Doesn't kill.
Oh. I wonder if Gonzo's going to try doing some counter battery for his Panzerwerfers. That'd probably be his best bet. If he can knock out his 82 mils, I'd definitely give him quite a bit of breathing room. And it should be pretty easy to see because Coltrane has barely moved him this match.
Yeah, I guess the only issue with that, though, is the Panzerwerfer fairly heavy in terms of its supply necessity.
Yes.
By the way, he has a second one in there as well. I didn't even see the second one. So he's got 2 Panzerwerfers, one ready to go to second barrage. But I think you're right. I think the right call is find the mortars and you win.
Because that's really stopping him from making any plays. I think it is point 2. Gonzo's probably starting to run out of infantry. And that's going to be very difficult for him up north. I mean, yeah, he's got a recon unit now being brought in the northern area. He's lost quite a few infantry so far this match. And, I mean, tanks are cool and all. Having, like, lots of Panthers, you can always thumbs up for that. But you need the infantry, especially with how bad the optics are on tanks, to really get anywhere out with second Panther.
They heard us. He heard us.
Oh, did he get a kill?
He killed a supply truck. I don't know if it was an empty supply truck or not. That was a problem.
Yeah. Didn't hurt the mortars, yo, which is a bit of a shame for Gonzo, but yeah, Coltrane's pretty lucky. He's pretty damn lucky, and he's bringing in. Oh, it seems like Coltrane's going to be doing a push in the middle. So smoke being dropped and the Saparese being brought in.
I'm trying to think about certain German positions right now. I can see that. Yeah, you have no approach there. That is an absolutely beautiful spot for smoke.
Yeah. There's nothing up north to stop him. It's just really the main area. A Panther can't do anything, and he's Saparese and just get into this town and really wreak havoc. The Gonzo's infantry is pretty pathetic. It's really just a Panther. It's a big deal. And the mortars are actually doing a pretty good job slowing down. Got one strokey.
Here's the question, though: is that the smoke phase? Are we going to see just dozens and dozens of dead Russians?
Probably not. If he can get into the forest and town, and he'll be fine. It's Panthers and Oberwag going to have a hard time getting line of sight. Is he's mortaring his own troops again?
Yes, he is. Green on green. And
Gonzo's also doing the same thing. I mean, the Russians really want the Russians dead, and the Germans really want the Russians dead, you know? It means you're hated.
Maybe they're white Russians. The whole better dead than red thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Gonzo's just bringing in more Panthers in the middle, so... And Sabari's in the open, like you said, they're just gonna get mincemeat. Kid.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed, Khan. Yikes indeed.
Yeah. Meanwhile, though, they were able to pick back up at least one more VP. And they are desperately holding on to that southern one as well. The IS-2 is going to come up and be seen off in the same way. Yep.
Yeah.
Really kind of a waste of a shell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
She's a HE on that.
We have this one hero half-track who has normal optics, so he's getting a little bit of intel.
Oh yeah, behind lines.
Yeah, but not by much.
No. No. He's already just scared, like, oh god, I hope no one comes as free.
I think his luck has run out.
Yeah. You need to save Private Half-Track. Or Doppelmüller is his name.
I am fascinated by the amount of supplies that have been used by Coltrane, though. He's got to be running low on the supply trucks. He's got four on that initial battery.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them are completely out. He used at least 2 more of that northern one. He's actually even expanded that artillery base right there.
Yeah, he definitely must have a C-phase card.
Yeah, I can't see him surviving if he doesn't.
Mm-hmm. He's been using those mortars like crazy, and it's only been 82mm mortars. It's nothing else. No SU-76s, no other artillery guns, just 82 mils.
Well, if you stick with what you know, and you can make it work, why change it, you know?
Mm-hmm. The Panther's moving through middle here. Gonna be engaging the T-34. Yep.
A-20 going after... I thought he was going to go after that tank for a second, but nope. He goes after the infantry. Interesting call.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
A sideline shot and watch all the contrails and mortars fly in the distance. He is attempting to try to find that infantry just outside that central town, but by the same token, the Germans are saying, hey man, you pound ours and we pound yours.
Mm-hmm. we can both pound together.
Exactly. Oh. Exactly. You know, it's a spreading the love.
Mm-hmm. Open to Pound Town. Yeah, this is going to be really tough for Gonzo to push out. I think he's completely out of infantry. And it's very hard to move tanks up without the infantry support. So I don't know what he's going to really be able to do. He's pretty much stalemated so far with Coltrane. Coltrane, I mean, he's probably running low too, but probably a lot of it better in terms of units. We have a marker bead drop down, but we can't actually see what it is. I think it's just Coltrane marking up mobile wagon.
It would make sense, wouldn't it? And I think Mortar's going to get dropped on that.
Yep. That's what he's doing.
Ooh, baby.
Probably not going to kill it, because it is a...
It's open-topped.
It is mobile, to be fair, so he can just move 200 meters to the left and survive.
But it's open-topped.
It is open-top, yeah, correct.
Here comes. He's stressed out in about 3 seconds, and then to be killed in about 2 more after that. Oh, come on, don't make me a liar. I was so right before, don't give me this garbage. Meanwhile, Panzerwerfers are shooting to the north. They're taking out one mortar, taking out a second one, and the AA piece? No, AA piece is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Was this all an elaborate ruse to kind of draw out the artillery fire, or did they finally realize, oh, wait a second, there are enemy artillery pieces back there?
Yeah, I think he's just finally figured out that he needs to just continue pounding those mortars and try to get them offline. It's really the Coltrane's major offensive power so far. This match has been those bloody mortars.
Certainly sounds that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things are really starting to stale off quite a bit. Both sides just really not being able to attack so much, to be entirely honest.
I think it's like you said though. I think at this point both sides are just kind of saying, okay, I know you're low on troops. I can wait you out, man. Doesn't matter to me. I got time.
Hey, look at the half track behind enemy lines. He might run into a resist gun. He's trying to make it back home. Oh, is that right? Yeah, he's trying to make it back home.
It's von Ryan's Express, except this time with actually a German.
Yep, the Streliki DP on in position to AT rifle him. And we're seeing the Panthers down south moving up. The Panther being brought into the middle.
Well, I kind of like the fact that these Panther Gs are taking mortar fire. One's falling back to the damaged transmission.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the Superior is taking a mad rush down to the south and getting into surrender because I think they're hysterical. As the mortars come in and obliterate them.
Yeah. And he's got corrected shot with those mortars, so those Superiors are going to be dead Ruri very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, Gonzo has all the heavy tanks, which is cool on his end, but once again, just blind. Like, if he moves these Panthers in the middle, they're gonna get killed by Zis-2s, and he can't really return fire on those Zis-2s. Down south, I mean, maybe a little bit better, because there's no AT gun here, but the IS-2 will definitely take 1 or 2 Panthers out before the Panthers can kill him.
Well, Zis-2s are actually killing a couple of Panther Gs now. That's one up to the north.
Yep.
And we have our next hero unit, Nikolai Mikhailovich Reshetnikov. Never heard of him myself, but then again, I don't really know too many Russian tank aces, so forgive me on that one.
He has a really cool paint job. It's like poop color.
Well, you want it, when the shit hits the fan, you know who to call in.
Yeah, I guess it's more like it's really good mud camouflage. If you get stuck inside a bog, they just think you're part of the bug and not a T-3485. Which is probably pretty advantageous for camouflage.
Probably true. Now, if Buffer does go and start launching on the Zis gun position, probably going to take one of them out pretty easily here. Freaked out one. Kills one.
Mm-hmm.
Barely doesn't kill the other one. But again, those freaking Russians, man, you kill one of them, and they bring up another AT gun almost instantly.
Oh, and Coltrane is definitely rather interested in bringing in all those AT guns. It's definitely a good call for source against this division. Those Zis-2s are really lovely to have on the field.
IS-2 goes down to the south, as does his attendant scout vehicle. And now we have Panther G, Panzer IV, Panther D, Panther A, and a partridge in a pear tree. We have this tank company down there that is just disgustingly heavy. That's actually a terrifying foursome right there. Even with the Recon Panther with its crew killed, still terrifying.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely the breakthrough that Gonzo needs to try to, bring us back. I don't think there's many flags around this area down south here, unfortunately.
Picked up one at the top of the hill.
Okay, I'm trying to look on the mini map here to figure us out, but yeah, not that many. But even then, if he was just put a maneuver around north and try to cap a flag or two, that'd be definitely a good idea.
Up to the north, we have Panther A, who's just taking shots like a pro. He's a guy you don't want to go drinking with. He's just, man, he is a tank.
that sloped armor, completely saving him. For now.
Literally, it's been like 25 rounds.
You know that picture of the tiger that got shot like 200 times?
Oh yeah, it's oddly cool, but it's a little bit terrifying.
Yeah, if you zoom in on this panther, he's not having a good time.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
30 rounds later.
Yeah.
Finally,
target practice.
Target practice. Okay, the A-20s. Okay, so we have 2 Cobras coming on in a vain attempt, I think, to freak out. Wow, they killed it. Holy hell. 37mm bullets. Never mind. Carry on.
Alright, yeah. We got the big breakthrough up north now for the T-34s. Coltrane's got the train going. Choo Choo. Even got the Su-57 here to help out.
We need to take territory soon. He is bleeding out ever so slowly. Ooh, we have Peak Rangers going into the forest. You poor fool. The DP is clear to fire.
Yeah. And what makes the Streliki DP so good is they all have SVTs. And as you can see, in green cover against Panzergrenadier. Not going to have a good time at Panzergren.
Oh my gosh, all 3 tanks are either killed or forced to fall back. This is the time to vainly throw your troops forward.
Going for the strafing runs.
There's one that's falling back to the south. This could be the beginning of the end for the Germans down south.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, Cochrane doesn't have actual territory, front line down south, so the Germans can't be surrendered by the Saparese. But still, just forcing his Panthers back for now is good. Gonzo is bringing in some more, another Panther, as well as some grills, actually.
Well, this is where this will change a bit, because now with the half-track dying, we really should be seeing some sort of impelling here. And a boom? Oh wow, I kind of expected at least a crit out of that.
Oh. Pretty anticlimactic. Yeah, Panther now helping out in terms of the fight. And up north, oh yeah, Cotrain's train has just been derailed. And the Panzerwerfers and mortars just completely stress everything out.
There's a Panther G that is coming up that front line. You're absolutely right.
And he is going to probably capture Resnetsk. How do you say it, Khan?
Reshennikov? Okay, you know what? Here's the Soviet Union. Never say die. They say, I surrender, but they never say die. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? It feels like the Windhound, despite the fact that they are really just racing dogs, they might have been able to finally figure this out.
Yeah, Gonzo is starting to, like, knocking out a huge tank push up north has definitely saved his skin. And now he's, oh look, he's moving from south up north and hitting right into the side of Cotrain's front line. And that'll probably...
Such as it is, yeah.
That'll probably do some pretty damn good kills.
Unless by some miracle the PTRD is able to penetrate more than, 35 millimeters of armor. Highly unlikely.
Probably the best bet with those PTRDs is try to get some side shots here. Yeah,
but even looking at the Panther G, it's a 45 millimeter on the back, let alone the sides.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. That's a fake tank.
Yes, it is. But alright, in terms of supply, I think that the Soviets are pretty much out of supply trucks.
Yes, yeah, so those 82mm mortars have kind of shut up now.
And that grill, the 2 grills right in the center part of the field, were like, oh, you know what? We are going to pretend that we're tanks. Fire rounds at trees from 200 meters out. Kind of terrifying. PTRDs are going to desperately try to take out a couple of these guys before they go. Loader wounded.
Actually seen some J-87s up north being brought in. Gonzo feeling ballsy enough to bring in some bombers.
Well, even if he doesn't kick out the Dushka, he might lose one of these.
Yeah. I'll always love seeing the...
A bit of overkill, I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's always fun seeing Bomber Jet Stukas coming in. I mean, obviously not the most effective, but a little aerial thing they do with the dive bombing. It's always cool. It's just
yes,
cool.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and Grills down south just completely annihilating Streliki. Oh, the recon unit's trying to rush in, but he's gonna die. And this infantry may be enough to stop Gonzo's push down south. Maybe. If he can kill Streliki DP, that'd be good. The Saparese are still kind of annoying to deal with. That Grill's not getting any direct hits.
He stresses out his own tank here. I'm just expecting him to stress out his own tank, and then to have it start to get surrendered.
Yeah. Okay, finally sees a Streliki DP. Has to get very, very close to it. No, direct hit. Those Streliki are not going to have a good time. still, it's neck on neck, trove on trove. And both sides are definitely fighting or feeling attrition.
But what could have gone differently for both sides already?
Uh,
Hindsight is 2020, but we are wearing those glasses right now. What's going on with them? What should they
I
have done?
think Gonzo probably should have made this like southern to northern push much sooner. Because once you get past this initial choke point area, it's open ground, baby. And this is perfect for the Panthers to maneuver through and maybe like get out position on the hill where the Saparis and Streliki is. For Coltrane, maybe for him from north and just try to hit down south a bit harder. Because he definitely got choke pointed a little bit. I mean, it's quite tough from the northern area to continue moving like northwest as the Germans have that hill position. Really moving down south is the best place to go. Pretty much both sides sort of try to move more towards the center of the map sooner rather than later.
Fair enough. Even more so, had I said if Coltrane had been able to aggress onto some of this artillery park, he might have been a little bit better served as well.
Yeah, knocking out Coltrane's artillery would also probably saved him sooner.
Oh no, flip that around. By the same token, had Coltrane been able to get to Gonzo, these northern mortars don't stop him. Those Panzerwerfers don't take out his AT guns. That's the ball game.
Yeah, that's also a good point. It'd be much harder to do that as they are mobile pieces, but if he could have killed them, heck, if he maybe had like a recon plane and got Zukov in to dive one down, that probably would have been some good mortar kills.
Well, he strikes from the artillery park just now, off right by the Panzerwerfers, who are now split to either direction. So that's where I was getting the idea from in the first place. And I do think this is going to be a coup de grace here. Panzerwerfer firing at the forest. He takes out those two superior squads, and at that point, Panther G was north, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's so sad for Gonzo because he cannot do anything in that forest as he has literally nothing. No infantry, no nothing. So he has to just blind fire into it. Danger close with the Panther. Hopefully all the Saparis get killed and then he can move through and, feel like he can move up. This is what I mean by tanks not having optics. It really kills you. Really kills you not having support. Which makes sense historically. I really like his game mechanic a lot now, how tanks are completely blind.
Well, Ju-87s are going in every direction. We got two going after that Dushka. Makes perfect sense there. And what is this? We have scraping the bottom of the barrel. Coltrane has called up everybody. The women, the children. he has set his military conscription to scraping the barrel.
Playing a bit of Hoi 4 now.
I have not played Hoi 4 in quite a while, but I will say that is something that's always darkly humorous to me.
Yeah, just... this is the icon to scraping a barrel, how it's just a dude in a barrel.
A wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
Wait, we have... Oh my gosh, wait, we have this final Russian thrust to the north.
Oh, the last
tank's dead. So what do we have here? We have T-34s, we have a command, and then we have two 85s.
And
there's
nothing.
One Panther A moving up to the north. If he can stop this push, it's over. If he can't, it's over.
This is getting completely attritional now. I mean, just looking up north, it's absolutely like, hellscape. With all the mortar barrages hitting just littering the landscape. But I think his T-34s are going to make it through.
The Cobras, oh, they don't kill him in time. Oh, they could have been perfect.
T-34s are moving.
I was waiting for the Cobras to take out that Panther A, or at least them to surrender so they could be captured.
Oh, are they going to go for the Stuka? And the Stuka is not going to be Stuking much longer.
Yep, they seem to be stuck to him all day. As the T-34-85s go, one goes in one direction, two goes the other way. Good lord, this is like a Chinese fire drill, if you pardon the slightly non-PC comment there.
Is he gonna make his push up north hill? I understand we have Carter's vision and we know that there's nothing there to stop his T-34s if we just move through and kill the artillery park, but Coltrane, he's gonna wait for his Streliki Comrati to move up to make a play, which is probably a smart idea from his perspective.
Can we talk about the fact that the combat officer is still alive?
Yeah, and it's only like a 3-man squad too. That's it's pretty impressive. Those things die very quickly.
The A20 comes back in to take out the mobile wagon. He says, "You know what? I don't care how big you are. Are you trying to kill me?"
Mm-hmm. And
Oh my
Gonzo's...
gosh, are you
Oh,
serious?
what?
So the northern mobile wagon stands his ground, unlike Joker in the first Batman movie. Just kind of waits calmly and doesn't die.
Oh, good mobile wagon.
But the Germans are gone. They're completely exhausted. They have nothing left. In the northern side is the artillery park, and there's nothing for what, 5 kilometers other than that?
Nope, nope.
Literally nothing.
Coach Rain says he's really scraping bar now. He's bringing support guns.
Yes.
Just gonna rush up the support guns now. You know, nothing else to bring. The mortars are hitting the T-34s at danger close. Well, not in danger close, but pretty close, trying to save his own skin. Even bringing in a AT gun as well. Just completely mental. This match has gone in terms of attrition.
It's kind of funny that 45 mil comes up, drops off, and just starts taking out everything.
Yeah. It's a really... that 45 mil is going to have a real fun time, especially the mobile wagon dead. The artillery park is really exposed now. And the Panther's dead as well.
Well, it's kind of funny because we saw Gonzo being like, okay, maybe it's not going to bring a heavy tank back to the north. Look at that southernmost Panther A. He's going to go back across the bridge, up to the forest, through the forest, up into the factory complex. I don't know when he's going to get there, but I'm pretty sure the Vietnam War will be over by then.
You know, it's really desperate when you have to relocate a Panther 5 to 6 kilometers up to a different flank because you have nothing else.
Well, here come the Ju-87s. If they can kill these tanks, maybe there's a chance?
I don't know. He drops the bombs at least.
Dies.
Dies. Doesn't crash into the tank, unfortunately. Real disgrace to the fatherland, yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's peeking around. Is he going to get a capture on these 2 tanks? No, he doesn't.
No.
Oh my god. As the T-34-85 Camarotti plays every escort mission ever and does that last little tiny shot, and here comes the Cobra to pick up the last Ju-87.
Yeah. The Coach Rain's pretty much got this. He's got this.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was a hell of a game, though.
Yeah,
hell of a game.
Just a bit of extra attrition that he has over in town has really helped him secure his victory. We've got the Panther down south moving through, but yeah, Radevka has a bazooka, and bazookas like killing Panthers.
Ooh, you're right, I didn't even get a chance to see that the Razvedka.
No.
I was checking out the 45 to the north. First shot, he skims off the side of a supply truck. Doesn't kill it. He plays with this move first.
Mm-hmm.
Now with the mortars going in on him, oh jeez.
Get off me, you freak! Like supply truck.
The last, 2 minutes of this, we can't count any of these kills to get really against anything. I mean, there's nothing going on at this point. Good lord.
I'm really interested to see the numbers for KD ratio in this match, because everything has just died.
Yeah.
So many casualties.
Yeah. The 2 okay. Okay, at this point, you have just slide that dagger in, man. Give the coup de grace.
Yeah. Gonzo, he just cannot maneuver through. He's got this whole southern push, but he's blind. Completely blind. Yeah, he can't deal with all this infantry.
It's weird to think that infantry will win this against this particular armor push. This is absolutely insane. Bobaback is going to go down from this bazooka. Oh, he's holding fire. Oh, efficient shot has been selected. There we go.
Bang.
Razvedka. Probably not even rolling your R's, but just it's too much fun to roll the R's.
I know.
Mortars chopping off their last smoke.
Just desperation. Just. We got the smoke, boys. We might as well use them.
Exactly.
Oh, what a hell of a match.
Once again, I think at this point it should be pretty straightforward who's going to probably pick this one up in the end. But
yeah.
Sincerely, Coltrane, thank you for sending this in, my man. This was an absolute joy to cast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at this point it's all over about the shouting. I wouldn't be surprised if we just see a tap out pretty quickly. Actually, you know what? Let's go to ×2. At 108.15. And times 2. So guys, you can see at this point how long the replay's got left to go.
Yeah.
So this is Gonzo trying in vain to get some kind of minuscule advantage here. Not gonna happen.
You want us to do times 4?
Sure can. Okay, 109. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 times 4. There we go. And to the north, we have these 76-2 howitzers that are just going to come up right next to these AT guns and blow them to smithereens.
Yeah.
This at this point, this has become a Call of Duty mission.
Search and destroy.
I'm surprised by the rate of fire in those things. Yep, Gonzo surrenders.
Damn.
5,700 kills, 5,390 kills.
Yeah, it's a lot of kills. Pretty close. Pretty close. And just looking at the kills for the Soviets, Streliki DP, damn, knocking out a lot of infantry.
Komrati, yeah. The mortars, I thought the mortars should have had more kills than what they did.
I think they're more spread out, honestly. There's a lot of mortars.
Wow, two Ju-87s, 2 half-tracks, the grill, the mobile wagon.
Damn. I'm looking at losses here. Nothing really too crazy from... Oh, the mortar half-tracks did pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, they did. Definitely paid for themselves, if nothing else.
And the Panthers doing pretty decent as well, some of them. But yeah, it's just an attrition match. There's not really much to say.
Exactly. But either way, guys, thank you for bearing with us that marathon of a match. But Rang, any final words of wisdom?
No.
No. Well, folks, in that case, then we'll see you guys all soon. I think we're coming out with another historical scenario in the next couple of days.
Yes, we are.
So keep an eye out for that. But until then, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.